Allez-Vous-En, Go Away. This is Cole Porter Tune of the Week 49. I'm gonna use a fancy English word here. It's the penultimate Cole Porter Tune of the Week video. Because I set out to do 50, and so there's one more. Now that we're getting at closer to the end of these videos, the tunes get more obscure. This is definitely an obscure Cole Porter standard. Allez-Vous-En, Go Away. So I decided 50 was a good number. Obviously, Cole Porter wrote a lot more tunes. He wrote many tunes, but they're show tunes. Not all of them are relevant, right, for us as jazz musicians. So what I'm looking for is if there is a famous version or a version recorded by a famous jazz artist, then I think it's a relevant tune. And this one has been recorded by Benny Carter. So it's actually in 3/4, which is unusual, but Benny Carter does it in 4/4. And I heard some other versions in 4/4 as well. So this is a good one, and we're gonna do it in C major, kind of medium or slow swing, I guess. So you know the drill. We'll play the melodies, trade solos, and yeah, let's do this. melody. So in the original version, there are more chords. So there's this thing happening. Right, like the line cliche. C, C augmented, C6. I'm pretty sure that's happening. And I think also another line cliche. So a line cliche is when the fifth go up. So this tune. It's actually a famous Swedish pop hit. So that's a line cliche. Could be minor. Again, you get James Bond. Or it could be a root falling to the seventh, dominant seven. So I think those are nice sounds to throw in behind the melody. But what I noticed over the years is that when you have that chord progression in a tune, if you play that behind the soloist, it kind of gets in the way, because now all of a sudden I have to play that A flat or G sharp. If I play an A, it's gonna clash. So it's better to leave it open and not play that. But still be aware of that, so that the soloist can decide if he or she wants to kind of hint at that kind of harmony. And you can play it every now and then if you are careful, but you don't have to do it all the time. And in gypsy jazz, they often just strip down the chords to the most basic. I remember watching this interview with Brad Meldo on Rick Beato, and he said, like, what are the least amount of notes that I need for this tune? And maybe you decide that you do need those. Just playing the melody and that fifth. But again, you don't have to play it all the time. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to enter those chords into iReal Pro. I'm going to go in and edit and add the piano and maybe some strings, and we shall see if there is a big difference if we play this melody with those chords behind it. Now I have added the chords and entered the chords into iReal Pro. The strings don't work, noticed, in this jazz medium setting, so medium swing setting, so we're just gonna bring back the piano. I mean, it's nice, right? So yeah, it was kind of difficult, I noticed, to play in a creative way over that medium swing tempo, or it's a slow swing, I guess. And I guess one of the reasons is because this feel of I Will Pro is not very good, but you have to be kind of rhythmically loose when you're playing slow tempos like that. You can't just be playing 8 notes. You have to kind of do things with the time. Also, I recommend listening to Benny Carter's version. So Benny Carter is one of the jazz masters, and one important aspect of learning jazz is listening to the masters, study the masters. With study the masters, I mean listening a lot, and trying to transcribe every now and then a little bit here and there, and playing along with recordings. I'm a firm believer in playing along with recordings. And sometimes we forget that we think of the masters, we think of like the greatest of the greats, like Charlie Parker and John Coltrane. And I mean, Benny Carter is also up there, but sometimes we forget those names, that there are many more. We should listen to all of them and try to learn as much as possible from these musicians, these fine musicians that have shaped the language of jazz, which is what we're trying to learn. So see if you can figure out which Cole Porter tune we have left. The next video is going to be on Patreon only, but maybe I'll put it on here on YouTube. We'll see, because it's the last one. I think we have done every Cole Porter tune that Ella Fitzgerald recorded, I think, except one, and that's going to be the one. See if you can find. Comment below if you know which Cole Porter tune we haven't done that Ella Fitzgerald recorded. There might be 2, actually. There might be like a ballad also that she did that we haven't done. So again, you could probably find way more Cole Porter tunes that have been recorded by jazz musicians, but I thought 50 is a good number to end on. And sometimes I was looking at some tunes and I couldn't even find one single jazz recording of the tunes, so I didn't look at those. And once I'm finished with all the 50 videos, I'm gonna start with the next composer. I might do a live stream and just kind of celebrate that I've actually done 50 lessons. And if you've been watching them, if anybody out there have watched all of them, let me know, because that's pretty amazing. And yeah, now I'm kind of talking too much. So with all that, I want to thank you for your time and attention, and I shall see you next time.